All right, we are back on the record.
10 after 7.
At 10:14 after 7. We're going to continue with the Town of Kennard budget public hearing. Madam Clerk, will you mind calling roll, please?
Yes, Holly?
Here.
Jason?
Here.
Steve?
Here.
Joel?
Here.
All right. Clerk, would you mind taking us through the budget review?
Yeah, if you notice this is the part that has been submitted, through the meeting with the DGLF person. And she's okay that we have enough money in the different funds to budget this amount. Now, I have a couple of things to say about this. For the last at least 3 years, while I was fixing the errors that happened formerly and moving the money around, it appeared that we didn't have as much money in general fund as we in fact did. So those budgets were, it's a lot of line items. The town pays half and the sewer pays the town back.
Right.
Okay. In those former years, I had to actually pay it out of the sewer and pay the
I
other
see.
part out of the town. So those budgets, even then, were shoestring till
Okay.
I got all those errors fixed. This is the first budget that's done the way it's supposed to be done, which is we budgeted all out of town money, and then the sewer pays the town back. But it doesn't take away from the amount you budget. You know what I mean?
Okay,
But
yeah.
It replenishes the money in the operating fund of each account, which is the money we have in excess of what this year's budget has and next year's budget will have, including the tax monies we will receive in December for the first half of next year, and the tax monies we will receive next June for the second half of next year.
I see.
I hope that's clear. Does anybody have any questions so far?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so the amount budgeted last year, you see, is dramatically less than this year, but that's why. So that's number one thing. Also, there are some things that we don't know what they will cost next year. And so I padded it to make sure we don't have to do a special appropriation. I very much doubt that we come even close to spending this much money.
Okay.
And then in motor vehicle highway, you'll notice that it's much higher. Because this coming year is the last year that we're going to be able to do the community crossings program, where the state pays 75% of the
Right.
road work we do, and we pay 25%. And we've got 3 streets that are historically bad. And I put in there in case you guys decided to, this next year, pave all 3.
Okay.
And because it'd be better, and that'll kind of put motor vehicle highway down for a while. But if we don't do that, we'll be back to paying 100%
Right.
of every project, and instead of
Right.
being able to pave, we'll have to patch.
Right.
And I figure it's probably better to patch over newly paved than to patch over bad roads.
Okay.
Things will last longer.
Okay.
So I put it in there, but you don't have to do it.
Right.
And if
Right.
you don't do it, all the money will go back to motor vehicle highway.
Okay.
So because at the time of the year, and we haven't had the meeting with the engineer yet for next year.
Right. Right.
I went ahead and put a lot more. So
Okay.
I have 71,000 for motor vehicle and highway, and that
Okay.
also includes mowing, street cleaning, street lights. So the part that's in there for the roads is 55,000.
Okay.
And this last year that we haven't hardly used any of was 35,000.
Right. Right. Right.
And then local roads and streets, which is purely for streets, has 8,300.
Okay,
So you would add that to the 55. And that amount of money should pay our quarter if you decide to do those 3 streets.
okay,
So that's why that's higher. CCI, I actually budgeted 1,000 less because we haven't spent over like $600-700 in the last like 4 or 5 years out of that.
okay,
And it was because the part we did pay wasn't special projects, it was when there wasn't enough in a general fund. Because
Right.
we're on that shoestring.
Right.
We're not on the shoestring anymore.
okay,
And that's the kind of fund that it's good to let accumulate over the years. Because maybe someday we want to do a bigger special project, you know?
right,
And you've got a lot more latitude about how you spend that money, because that's cigarette tax money.
okay,
And the state doesn't care what you spend it on.
all
I
right,
mean, it has to be something the town can do, you can't throw a big party or anything, but,
Right,
you know, you can,
right.
you can do it on park improvements or roads or whatever you wanna do it on. So it's not as,
Okay.
regulated. Riverboat, I put 0 because it's not that we have 0 in Riverboat, it's just that they don't care. That's gambling money, and you can spend everything you got, or, you know.
right,
So, as I told you last time, there's a new DGLF rep. The old rep said, put some in there. This new woman was like, don't put anything in there, so I didn't.
okay,
Rainy day, I put 0 because I'm letting that accumulate. And we only had like, until after last year's budget, like $300 in there or something. I was able to add another 1,000, but that's the kind of fund that you want to get big. In case, you know, there's some year that you have a huge budget overrun.
okay,
That you can use. And that's taken from old outstanding checks and stuff like that. Money at the end of the year that you have left in general fund, you can decide to move part of that into rainy day, or just let it go back into your funds that are sort of the town savings account, you know, for the general fund.
right.
So that's why that's 0. So, okay, I've covered them all.
So I have a question.
Okay.
So if 0 has been budgeted in rainy day, riverboat, and CCI, if we run into issues where we need more money, where will it come from?
I've overpadded the general fund and the motor vehicle highway and stuff.
But what if it's something that can't come out of those types of funds?
Well, everything comes out of one of those. That's all the funds there are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, you know, like this goes down, or the computer, or
There's money in the general fund this year for computer equipment and stuff that I didn't put in for the last 2 years.
okay,
But would that have to be a special appropriation when we would need to use it?
No, it's in the budget. That's why the budget is 143,000.
You would for riverboat if it's 0.
Pardon me?
You would have to have a special.
No.
If you
can
didn't,
just
if
use
you
it. That's why
budgeted
she
0,
said don't put it here.
you budget 0 and you can spend money out of it?
They don't budget it anymore, is what she said.
Okay. So we can just spend money out of it?
Just spend what you got.
Yeah.
out of what?
Riverboat without budgeting it.
Yeah, what they.
I see.
She said don't budget it, because they don't care if you spend a little bit or all of it. Or,
And that's the same, that goes the same way within
in other words,
the
they
rainy
don't-
day and the other,
Yeah.
is that it doesn't have to be budgeted, but we can still spend out of it.
I don't know about rainy day, but we're not going to need rainy day, because we only got like 1,500 in there.
I see.
We can't spend
And
it
so
if we don't
I
have
would
it.
use that. But if we, let's say some catastrophe happened and we needed more than this 143,000 in general, we do a special appropriation and we have operating funds that above this that would be available to pull.
Okay.
To more answer your question, Holly.
How long does that take?
It says 10 days, but that was before they got rid of most of the staff at State Board of Accounts. So I would be real surprised if it was that quick, but maybe. What they're checking is, do you have that much in operating funds? You can spend every penny you have, they don't care, you just can't budget for more than you have. We care, but they don't care.
Okay.
And as I explained, motor vehicle highway may be many $1,000s less, according to what you decide to do about the community crossings grant. In general fund, I padded it, I think I ended up with $5,000 in case we need a new vehicle. And because the police car's a little shaky and
Okay.
you know, and my understanding is we're not gonna do that unless we absolutely have to. And so there's a piece that's you know, it's in there and we're probably not gonna use it. In utilities, I think I put it clear up to 18,000 because the stuff in the economy is so volatile right now. And I don't think, I mean, we haven't even spent 12,000 before. So
Right.
I suspect we won't need it. There was some raise in gas costs or electrical.
Right.
We could cover it and not have to do a special appropriation.
What we budget for insurance?
50,000, and I think it's probably gonna be more than that. But sewer pays it back half
45.
of that.
Okay.
So right there, you know, you're getting 25 or so back from sewer for that. Excuse me. The salaries in there are correct, and according to the ordinance, there's some disagreement about what the clerk's salary is. But the clerk's salary that's in the budget is the same clerk's salary from when I started in 2017.
Okay.
So I included, there were a couple raises, I included that for next year. So, yeah, let's see. And then I added, there are a couple of like computer equipment slots that I was unclear exactly what they were. One of them I did more, the other a little less.
Okay.
So there are several, and like every fund has a little bit more than we've ever spent in case things go up.
All right.
Phone and fax is another one that I haven't won.
What was it? I didn't hear you.
Phone and fax.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
Ignore it.
Okay.
We're recording.
I wouldn't be able to fix it anyway, so.
Yeah.
because we
Okay.
recently added the 9-star phone system, so that costs more.
Okay.
But in case we wanted to add something else, there's a little room to do that. But here again, I doubt that we spend, you know, we might spend like 70% of what I have
Okay.
to do, you know.
All right. Is there anything else from the clerk's office?
No.
Okay. Is there anybody that'd like to address the council as far as the budget public hearing for next year? Okay. Do you guys have any questions? All right. Now, this doesn't get voted on until next month, is that
Right.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That, I probably should say this, the adoption will be before next month's, regular town meeting. So-
Right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's when you guys finalize it. If you have any changes though, now's the time to speak up.
Okay.
because we don't have any room to have to delay that much, you know.
I see. Okay. Well, if that's it, we'll go ahead and adjourn.
Public needs to speak.
I asked if anybody would like to speak, yeah, I didn't, nobody asked to. Okay, so we'll go ahead and adjourn the public budget meeting.
What time is it?
Sure, you know. 7:29.